So hello everyone, welcome to this video. So in this video I'm going to show you how to use Emmet in VS Code and how to type HTML way more quickly than you are used to. So now let's say that I want to create a div. As you notice, if you type in div and if you press enter, it will simply create the opening tag and the ending tag. But I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to press Ctrl Z, and if you're on a Mac you can press Command Z to undo that. So now I'm back to the div. Now let's say that I want to create a div, so I can say greater than sign. As I do that, it will show me the Emmet abbreviation here. So now I can say, for example, P. If I type in P, so if I type in P, you'll notice that it will update my Emmet abbreviation and it will add a paragraph, and you can see it right here. So if I press enter or tab, it will add a div. So let's do that. So if I press enter, you'll notice that I have added a div with a paragraph inside of it. How about if I want to add a div with 3 paragraphs? Well, you can do it, so I'm gonna undo that. Alright, so we can say times, so we can say press shift number 8, and that will add the asterisk. So now we can say 3. So you see, as I do that, it will add 3 paragraphs here. If I want to add 10, you see it will add 10 paragraphs. So how about if I want to add some text inside? Let's say that we want to add, so you see, if you press space mistakenly, you can press backspace and then press Control or Command and then space. It will bring back the Emmet abbreviation again. So this is how you do it. You know, in case if you press space like I did, you can press backspace again. Then you can press Control space on Windows to add the abbreviation. So now we want to add 10 numbers inside of each of them. So I can add the curly braces. Alright, so I can say number. As you notice, if you type in that number, it will just add inside of the paragraphs. So this is not what I want. So I'm going to press space and then I'm going to add a $sign. So you see, as you do that, it will add a number 1, 2, all the way to number 10, because we have 10 paragraphs here. Alright, so now if I press enter or tab, boom, I have added a div with 10 numbers, and they start from 1 all the way to 10. So this was something that I wanted to show you guys, and these are our numbers. So without this, you know, it would have been hard for us to simply create a div, alright, like that, and to, you know, create a paragraph and then type in number 1, number 2, number 3. Did you see how much time it took for me to add those paragraphs and numbers? But, you know, I could have done the same thing with this shortcut, this one. So now we will learn about adding class names and IDs. So I'm gonna get rid of this div which we just created, and I'm just gonna get rid of this line too. So again, I'm gonna say div. Alright, so this will create a div, and what I'm gonna do now, so you see right here the Emmet abbreviation says it's empty div. So inside of that div we are going to create a paragraph again, but this time we will add a class attribute. So we are going to say dot. So you see it will add a class name here. I can say, for example, my paragraph. Then I can add curly braces and I can add the $sign. So you see it will add 1 here because we already have 1 paragraph. But what if I add times 3 here? So times 3. So now if I press tab, what did I do? So now if I press tab, you see it will add a div with a paragraph with 3 class names, and each one has a number inside of it. Alright, so let's create an unordered list. So I'm going to say ul, alright, and as you notice it says ul here, greater than sign, then li. So you see it will add the list item, and we are not seeing the, so let me see if I can move this up so you can see it. So you see I have the ul, and it will have the li, so we can say times 3, so times 3. You see it will add 3 list items. And now let's say that we want to add a class name here, so I can say dot my list, so my list. Alright, if I press tab, now it will add a list here with 3 list items. And you see right here we don't have, we do not add any content here. So I could have done that by adding the curly braces here and saying, for example, number and then $sign here. And then if I were to press tab, it would add 3 list items. You see number 1, 2, 3. And this is basically it about adding the classes here. So now let's say that we want to create a paragraph with an ID. So I can say paragraph, then hash, alright, and then type in whatever you want. For example, my ID. And if I press tab, it will add a paragraph with the ID, alright, called my ID. So this is another way that you can use this tool. So I think this is it for this video. I hope you will like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, everyone.